Okay, so now this is the part, my favorite part, where I get to tell you about Cambodia. So, the country of Cambodia is in Southeast Asia. It's bordered by Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. And I just want to see by a raise of hands, how many of you heard about the Khmer Rouge? Okay, a few of you. So the Khmer Rouge, we all know what communists are, right? North Korea, Cuba. I gotta be careful what I say now. But yeah. So the Khmer Rouge was basically a communist takeover, which these people were Cambodian, and they wanted to take over Cambodia and make it a communist country. And they killed so many people in just, I think, 3 short years. They killed over 2 million people. And the reason why is because they wanted to kill all the educated people off. So if you wore glasses, you were killed. No matter if, like, maybe you went to college to do something, you were killed. Anything, you were killed. They wanted just the peasants to be alive because they wanted, they didn't want these people to, rise up against them if they, came to power. And now, how many of you heard about the new war that started between Cambodia and Thailand just this last week? Okay, a few people. So they've gone through this terrible history. I've been there, and they planted a lot of grenades and landmines, and I still see people walking on one leg because of these landmines that were built, put in the ground by the Khmer Rouge. And so they're still active in some parts, and so if you walk over them, your leg's gonna be shot off, And so I still see some people, in the orphanage where I was, there's one boy that had his leg shot off. They've gone through this horrible history, and then here comes another war this last week. Well, it started actually in July, and Thailand decided that they thought that Cambodia was theirs. And so they started a war, and they shot, I know it could be a little controversial. Some people say, Cambodia started, Thailand started. But I've talked to Cambodian people, like my friends over there, and it's very sad. And they're trying to take a portion of Cambodia for Thailand because they believe that Cambodians are monkeys and they're the dirt of Thailand. So now there's all this. And I went last year in October around now to Cambodia, and I had no clue about this history, whatever. I'm just this very naive girl going to another country. I had no clue actually what I was going to do when I got there. I just knew I might be teaching. I didn't know exactly what I was teaching, what grades. For reference, I'm 16 years old. And so I was very frightened to teach English to someone, and me being terrible at an English major or anything. And so I got there with my mom and a friend. I have some pictures, so if you would pull those up, please. So I got on the plane, I'm like, yes, let's go, Asian country. And then I get there, I still don't know what grade I'm gonna teach. I get there and they're like, guess what? You're gonna teach 9th grade English and 8th grade and 7th grade. And I was in 9th grade at the time. And I was like, that's a little, okay, we'll get through it with God's help. So I started lesson planning till midnight for all these classes. Okay, I guess we'll have to wait a little bit for the pictures. But I'm just gonna put in brief. It was an amazing, So, can we go for the first picture? Was that the first picture? I think there's a group picture of the school. So this school where I went to is called Adventist International School of Siem Reap. It's an Adventist K through 12 school. I'm just curious again, how many of you heard of the name Tim Maddox? No one? Oh, one person. Okay. So Tim Maddox is an Australian missionary there, and he came during the Khmer Rouge to help the people there, and he stayed, and he survived through it. There were there were grenades being thrown at his house during this time, but he survived. I don't know why these pictures are so blurry, but I'm so sorry. Yes, this is the international school. Can you do the next photo? Maybe that will be better. This was the little kids. They always love attention, even though you can't really talk to them too much. Next one. I did not teach this class. This is a video. Okay, this is the church there. They all sit on the floor. Are you guys ready to sit on the floor? It is packed with students. So many students. So the girls and guys sit usually on the other side of each other. And when you sit down, all the little kids flock to you. But it's very fun. This is my mom filming because I was in the front. And the older people get the chairs. Cambodians, super polite. They'll bow like this. When you say hello, you bow. Very, very polite. And this is the 10th grade class. We were making a Cambodian dessert together. I think it was home economics class. Okay, continuing. So when I went over there, I didn't really have yes, I knew I was teaching English, but I really wanted to touch the people's heart. That is the main reason why I wanted to go, was to make connections with them and draw them closer to Christ, the students. This is during class time in one of the grades. It is very chaotic in there. They are just running up and down. They're hanging from they have bars there for the windows. They don't have the window panes. They're hanging up from the window panes, and it's wild. They sometimes stand on the desks, and it's very intense. This was my class, 9th grade class. We always loved playing the, you know what I'm saying, hangman. There you go. Yeah, and this is what we would do when I ran out of things to talk about. Next. Is there another one? Okay, this is 9th grade class also. I was actually one of the youngest people there in that class. Most of them were 19, 20, 17. And so, yeah, that's another thing. It might be 9th grade class, but you got 20-year-olds in it. And then 7th grade had 20-year-olds in it too. There are many different ages in each class because they're very poor. And so they might not have enough money the families might not have enough money to send their children at the time where they're supposed to. So they have to save up money for many years, and then they send their kid. And so, yeah, that's why a 20-year-old's in 7th grade, is because they didn't have enough money to send the child at the correct age. And this was a kindergarten student. Her and I really bonded, and we played together a lot. Next one, please. Her name's Maria. This was kindergarten also. Yes. I'm sorry, the pictures are not the best quality. Okay, so I want to share one story really quick, and then I'll move on to why we're coming back again. So the girl in the glasses, so the second from the left, her name's Honey. I met her over there, and she's 15 years old. And she is I want to meet the foreigner. That's what they call me. And so, so she met me. We talked. And one day I was passing class, and she's not my student. She's in 8th grade. 10th grade. I was in 9th, 7, 8, and 9th. And so I was passing, and she was crying. She was all by herself in the room, and she was crying. And I said, "Honey, are you okay?" And I saw her brother in the staff room, and he couldn't breathe. And I'm like, "Is your brother okay?" She's like, "Yeah, he's okay now." And I'm like, "Why are you crying?" And so I come over to her, and she has this book open, her journal, and it says, I looked at 1 second, so I can't quote you on it, but it said, "My father picks me up every time I fall," or something like that. It was in beautiful handwriting that I could actually read. And I was like, "Can I pray with you?" And she's like, "Yes, of course." And she said, "Every time I want to get closer to God, Satan just pushes me back down." And I said, "I understand that. That's happened in my life too." And so I prayed with her. The impact of a prayer, guys, is like this. It looks like this, but in reality, it's like this. And so you'll see through this story. This is a story for us, to keep on praying. And so I get back to the United States, and we start corresponding with each other. She tells me, we start calling each other. She tells me, "Adelina, my dad left us. They're poor, and she's like, my grandma just died, and my brother is at home. Well, we don't even have a home, actually. We're staying with my grandpa's and aunt's home. Sorry, the grandma died. And she's like, and the dead grandma is appearing to the boy. This is an Adventist family, guys, okay? Talk about spiritual warfare. If you guys don't believe in spiritual warfare, go to Asia. You will see it so plainly. And so I was like, oh no. And this boy is my student. Her brother is my 7th grade student. I'm like, I'm not there, so I can't really help, but let's pray. And so I remember for 1 week, I would go up on our hill and face Cambodia, which was west for me. And I would pray, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you, demon, that's harassing my student. And after, I think 1 week, it was gone. It would not come up to the boy anymore. And we start talking, and she's so spiritual. She's truly seeking for God. She, yes, with a father leaving everything, there comes a lot of burdens, and a lot of baggage. And so, she's been working through this with God, and she never leaves God. And so another thing, I remember her telling me oh, I'm so sorry I haven't texted you or called you for so long. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I was wondering what happened to you. And she's like, I was on a phone fast for 2 or 3 weeks. And I said, oh, why? She's like, because I want to get closer to God, and I don't want this phone to distract me. So she stopped using her phone for a little while, and her phone broke now, so I can't talk to her. But yeah, she's just so spiritual, so longing for Christ, and always telling me how he's worked in her life and stuff. And then, so I will fast forward until when I started planning on going back. I said, it was a little bit after, and I said, Lord, I really want to go back to Cambodia. I'm not sure what I'll do there. I want to do something with more impact. I want to make a bigger impact with your grace. And so I had this idea. Why not do a VBS? There's a big Muslim community and they're very prejudiced of the Christian, Adventist, anything Christian. As you know, all that Muslim, ISIS, all that. It's not as bad as in Cambodia, but it's pretty tense too. And so that would be a great community outreach, right? And plus, if young kids like us are doing it, what harm could we do to their kids? And so, that one. Well, what else, Lord? A discipleship training for the people our age. And so my students, my friends there that are older, I really saw a great need and a longing in their hearts to know God more. And so I believe that in order for us to really understand God, we must give to others and serve others. And so that's how it's been in my life. And so I said, I want them to experience the same thing. And so we will be doing a discipleship program for the teenagers, for the young people there. They're not really, some of them are over teens. So young people there, so that they can discipleship others and others and others, so that this gospel will be spread into the whole Cambodia, because there's only 1.9 Christians in the whole country of Cambodia. It's a Buddhist country and Muslim country too. Very strong spiritual hold. I wouldn't even say it's Buddhist. I would say it's more animism, which is belief in spirits, that spirits control everything. They're so scared of spirits. My friends that are in the U.S., they don't even turn off the light in their house sometimes at night because they're so scared of the spirits in the U.S. So yeah. So I was like, okay, this is a lot, Lord. I can't do this. I'm only a little 16-year-old little girl. And so God brought a team of other young people my age that we will be going in February, this February, to be doing discipleship, VBS, also teaching again, and wherever else, maybe when we get there, they have another project for us. Do I have another photo or not? Nope? Okay. So when I told Honey this, she's like, this is what I've been waiting for. all these other presentations that people have come, yeah, it's good. It was more evangelistic series, like trying to convert them. But she's like, we need something like discipleship, so that we can be equipped to go and share the gospel. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing. But I wanted to take a quick moment to talk about the project there. There's a great need there. The school is faith-based, so they don't ask for any money. I'm not a part of the school, so I can ask people money for them. So they go day by day. They don't have enough food for tomorrow. Actually, I'm not exaggerating. They get their big truck ready to go to the market, and Miss Wendy Maddox, the wife, she gives them the money, like right before they leave, because usually the money comes in like right before they need it. And so, okay, yeah, the food is a big issue. They're going day by day, and then another thing is school books. They don't have proper school books. So in a class of like 20 people, there may be 5 school books. And so it's really difficult to teach, because if the kids don't have school books, what are you going to do? Most of the time I taught from my head, because like I couldn't go by the school books because no one had school books, because they're so poor they can't afford these school books. I could go on and on. The sanitary condition, I never went to the bathroom there, like at the school. I had to walk to my house, because it's just not, they really need help with their septic systems and everything, sanitary stuff. And there are so many projects on that campus that need to be half completed, and because they truly believe that God will provide their needs, and God does provide their needs through people like us. Amen. So, so if you are interested in supporting this school, Adventist International School of Siem Reap, here's the code for that. This, any donation would be so incredible. It'll go through Jesus for Asia, the website, and you'll get a tax refunded, whatever that is called. I'm not into taxes, so you guys know what that is. So then, next one, please. This is, if you would like to support our mission, my group's mission, there's the GoFundMe link there, and then in the end, we'll take up a loose offering. Trust in me, keep your life free from what the love of money will do. Am I not enough for you? And never will I leave you. That's something I'll never do. Forever remember that is true. Never will I leave you. When you fear the scars and tears, remember what I have sworn. I will be with you through the storm. Never will I leave you. That's something I'll never do. Forever remember that is nothing